Welcome back, guys. Double A betting. Aidan Andrew, we back, baby. It was a little bit of a vacation time off, but back at it. Good
Oh
to be
yeah, it
back.
was awesome, man. I saw a perfect game, Domingo Herman, on my vacation, so that was a lot of fun. Of course, I saw the White Sox blow a lead in the ninth inning against the Oakland Athletics,
Hey
and then I got
man,
to see beautiful Oracle Park, so it was a lot
yeah.
of fun.
But hey man, what's going on with the Sox right now, bro?
Yeah,
Fucking
Luis Robert 4 for 4 currently. I just saw hit one over the wall. One of the only bright spots of the White Sox this year.
Andrew Benintendi's starting to heat it up too. Your guy.
Not really my guy, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this week because we got a busy week of baseball right after the All-Star break.
Oh yeah.
Let's start with tomorrow night. What do we got? I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I got the Giants money line at the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds have been off to a really brutal start. I mean, obviously America's team, and they've only had a couple hits. I think they had one infield single yesterday against the Brewers. Jake Fraley broken bat single off of Freddie Peralta, and then on Friday night they only had two hits. So the offense has been pretty bleak. And then they're going up against the Giants and Logan Webb. I mean, Logan Webb is, an unbelievable pitcher, the ace for the Giants. So I like that matchup. Brandon Williamson, the young lefty for the Reds. I don't, he's a rookie, so he's kind of still getting used to pitching against big league hitters. So I really like the Giants. Gabe Kapler, that front office, they, use analytics, match up really well. So I kind of like the Giants against kind of a struggling Reds lineup.
All right. And then for me, I'm taking a little bit of a I'm for me this week I'm taking a little bit of a underdog run line approach here. So I got the Washington Nationals run line. Um Going up against the Chicago Cubs, hometown team. But we got two veterans on the hill, and Drew, long time Smiley, and Mackenzie Gore, who, in my opinion, should be in the Cy Young conversation, even though he isn't. But um, but for me, for that matchup, man, I just like Washington's like offense been surprisingly like really like good this year. Even though like their pitching's been a little off and very off actually with the whole like rotation and the bullpen. But um I just really like Washington that game against a veteran left-handed pitcher and Drew Smiley, who doesn't have what like he like had like 5 to 10 years ago. Just you know, that's yep. And then I am just gonna roll with Washington Monday night against the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the Nationals lineup. Lane Thomas, another Cardinals outfielder like Adolis Garcia and Randy Arozarena finding success with another organization.
We're gonna talk about somebody. Let's talk about the guy in the Juan Soto trade, C.J. Abrams, heating it up now, man.
Yeah. Oh, how about
He
Joey Meneses? Joey Meneses had, I think, two home runs all season going into last weekend and had three home runs
I think
in
he had
that
four.
series. Yeah, I think he hit three in the series over the past weekend. I think he hit one already since the All-Star break. After the All-Star break here. So I mean, just like that, he has four homers in the span of like 4 games, and he had two home runs all season before that. So the Nationals line was kind of starting to heat it up. All right, I'm
El
gonna go from it.
Caballo, El
Yeah, I'm gonna
Caballo,
take
baby.
True. Going into the hit picks, I'm gonna take Wander Franco against a former Nationals top prospect, Dane Dunning, for Monday night's hit pick. Franco, obviously, the leader in offensive WAR, according to Fangraphs in the American League going into the All-Star break. Wasn't even mentioned on the Fox broadcast as being an All-Star. They left out him and McClanahan. I saw that on Twitter. That was kind of interesting. They're like the forgotten men. And
It's
against
Tampa. What do you expect?
Yeah, literally. Although, hey, they're the best team in the American League, so they should get that respect. Um, but against a good matchup, the Rays and the Rangers could be a potential playoff matchup. So I'm going to take Franco, who's arguably the best Rays player, to get a hit tomorrow.
I so first of all, I will have to disagree with you on that take. Randy rules that team, and but anyway, for me, I got a surprising hit pick. I got IKF Isaiah Connor Falefa against the Los Angeles Angels and Griffin Canyon, I believe, will be taking the hill for the will be taking the hill for the Los Angeles Angels that night. Griffin Canyon's a little he's been struggling lately, with like close to like uh close to 5 ERA and just like overall career wise, matchup wise, um Isaiah Connor Falefa used to play in like like his like old division down there in the um American League West back when he played for the Texas Rangers. So like he has kind of like seen him a little bit like he has like kind of seen him like quite a bit throughout his career. I believe he's got 7 hits with a 429 average career wise against Canyon. So that is why I'm gonna roll with Isaiah Connor from Leffa Monday night against the um, Los Angeles Angels, who are struggling really badly right now, and are gonna trade Otani to my
They're
Diamond.
trading him. They're trading him. I really
Yep,
believe it.
he's
It's
going.
going to
He's
be a
going to be in
massive move.
Arizona, baby. Party at Chase
No,
Field.
I think he's going to go to uh, Dodgers, Yankees. I think it's going to be one of those big market teams.
Nah, man. Do you really think the Angels are gonna trade him across town to like their
For
like
the right
rival
price. I
team?
mean, that Dodgers team has a loaded farm
Dude,
system.
we are loaded with fucking outfielders. They can just get it right back right from him.
True. The D-backs do have a lot of outfield prospects and outfielders in the big leagues that are contributing.
Jordan Lawler, baby. He'll be
All right,
up
let's.
soon.
Yes, yes, sir. He's exciting. All right, let's move into Tuesday. I'm gonna take a matchup that literally every household in America will be tuned into, the Tigers and the Royals. I'm going to take the Tigers money line. Literally no one outside of Detroit or Kansas City is going to be watching that game, but I'm going to take it.
You can cash me out cold in my fucking like room in bed
Yeah.
watching that, bro. It's gonna
Tigers money line though, I'm taking. Tarek Skubal has been phenomenal after coming back from Tommy John surgery this year so far. Um, Scooble, actually, I just saw something. Scooble last year made like 3 starts, then he was taken out for injury, had Tommy John surgery, and then has made a couple starts this year. And in that time span, Tim Anderson has hit 0 home runs. So this man has recovered from Tommy John surgery. Comeback is dominating the league so far, and Anderson has 0 home runs in that span.
Yeah, see, but I mean, like, I think like I saw like a stat like the last time Tim Anderson hit a home run, I think like Zach Greinke might have homered or something in a game. I don't know. Like, I think I saw that on Twitter or something or
Yeah,
Instagram. Yeah, crazy, crazy man, crazy. But Tuesday for me, I got the White Sox money against your New York Mets. I absolutely love um I absolutely love that pitching matchup on the part of the Chicago White Sox. Lucas Giolito, who is trying to make a trade statement here
could
against
be his last start.
yep, yep, yeah, it probably will be, to be honest. I mean, maybe one more, but I don't know. But anyway, Lucas Giolito against Carlos Carrasco has been struggling ever since Carlos Carrasco hasn't been the same pitcher ever since he came back. Did he have cancer too or something?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, him. We got a couple current major leaguers: Trey Mancini,
Hendricks, of
Hendricks,
course.
obviously Carrasco,
But yeah, so I mean like,
John Lester. Although he's retired now, but
yeah, but
Rizzo.
yeah, but just like ever since Carlos Carrasco came back and switched like like teams or whatever, like he just like he just has not been the same pitcher he once was. And right now you guys are on like free fall mode, man. The freaking New York Mets are on free fall mode right now too, with that pop up yesterday summing up their whole season
Yeah, I mean that
that
was
Brett Beatty
embarrassing.
can catch.
Not only to drop the
Booze,
ball, but the fact that the ball came up and hit Beatty in the face. I mean, that just kind of describes the Mets being the Mets. And,
the
you know,
boo, the Ubers will be flying in Tuesday night
birds
against the White
they'll be
Sox, so
they'll
be
be
prepared
flying,
for that.
flapping their wings for sure. Yeah, I'm
People,
speaking of the Mets. I'm going to take Francisco Lindor to get a hit against Giolito. My thought process is Lindor's obviously a great hitter. Started to heat up, especially going into the All-Star break.
he used to
And
play for
Lindor
Cleveland
obviously has
too.
seen Giolito a lot, playing
Yeah.
with the then Cleveland Indians at the time. So, Lindor's just a good hitter. I think he's a good pick to get a hit almost any night, and especially against a guy that he's seen and has some familiarity against.
So for me, my hit pick is another wild card, but I feel very confident in this one as well as IKF on Monday night. On Tuesday night, I got Marcell Ozuna, big man Ozuna, against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I believe that'll be Davies taking the mound. Uh, Davies used to pitch for the Cubs. Ozuna, um, um, Ozuna has played about half his career um with the uh, um with the Cardinals as well as the Atlanta Braves. So he has like I think he's seen Davies like at least like 20 times, I think, last time I saw. And think I think Ozuna's putting up a close to 400, 500
Yeah,
slash line
385
versus him.
average and 26 at bats.
Yep. So, yep. So for me, Tuesday night, I am rocking with big muscle Marcelo Ozuna.
There you go. All right, working our way into Wednesday. I'm gonna go. Oh wait, on
Oh
Tuesday,
wait,
didn't you have you had
I was
something
about to
else on
say
Tuesday?
you
Yeah.
almost you missed my home run pick, man. Tuesday, I'm going with the red hot hitter in MLB right now,
Future
Cody.
Yankee center fielder Cody Bellinger.
Maybe, but we'll see. Jake Bowers is their future,
Is
but
their savior.
yeah. But anyway, though, Cody Bellinger, man, he's been on a tear. He is just trying to get the fuck out of Wrigley, and I mean, I don't personally, like blame him for doing so because Cubs are a trash organization. But anyway, um, Cody Bellinger has been red hot. He's been homering a lot within like the past weekend. I think he's had like 3 or 4 homers overall like this past like weekend. And Wrigley, man, gets him going though. Ball flies out of there in the summer.
Definitely.
So
Great
Cody
pick.
Bellinger home run pick to left center field Tuesday night.
All right, we're gonna wait into Wednesday. I'm gonna take the Mariners run line. They should be favored with Luis Castillo, All-Star starting pitcher for the Mariners, going up against Kenta Maeda, once an All-Star for the Twins. Castillo, his stuff is nasty. He's probably, if the Cy Young voting would take place today, he would probably be in the top 5. He's had a great year. The Mariners have had an up and down year, but they're starting to kind of battle their way back. They're one game under 500 right now. I like, Julio with he didn't win the home run derby, but he had that huge round, 41 homers, set the record. Jared Kelenic, Mike Ford has been
Mike
pretty
Ford's been
sneaky
good.
good. They got, Ty France, JP Crawford is a, decent player. I kind of like the Mariners. I think they'll kind of get back over 500. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I like them on Wednesday night to score at least, 2 more runs than the Twins and win
I,
behind their ace.
I don't know, man. So far, dude, this weekend series against the Tigers has been kind of questionable for me with Seattle, how it's been going.
Yeah, not the
Um,
ideal start for them after the
but
break.
yeah, but for me, I got the Atlanta Braves money line against unfortunately my Arizona Diamondbacks on Wednesday. Um, for me, I just man for me this like a pitching matchup. Ryan fucking um Ryan Nelson against Charlie Morton. I just think that Charlie Moore is gonna come out, dominate at Bruce Park, just field for the
Ground
you
chuck.
know home crowd. Um, the, the Diamondbacks have been struggling ever since the week entering the All Star break, and right now we are in a very tough stretch against Toronto, and then Atlanta. I think that you know we'll figure it out after the two series coming up outside the Toronto Atlanta series, but man, this first week back is good. It this like yep this um this first week back for us is going to be really rough though.
Yeah, for sure. All right, going to my hit pick. I'm gonna go with Captain America, Trey Turner. Trey Turner had a really slow start to the season. He's been a little bit better past couple of months here. Favorable matchup, against Wade Miley, soft toss and lefty. He's going to be home in Philadelphia on Wednesday night. I kind of like Trey Turner. He always bats at the top of the order anyway, so he's going to get a lot of chances to sneak one through on the left side of the infield, get a nice infield single or hit one 420 feet.
Yep. For me on Wednesday night, my hit pick, I got my twin, the Houston Astros, Mauricio Dubon. Um, Man, Dubon's having a great year, and he is gonna continue to put that on this week against the Colorado Rockies at Coors, where oh my God, that ball flies like a freaking pigeon out there all the time,
It's like
and
you're playing on the moon.
yep, and oh my God, man, Dubon with that with that quickness he possesses too on the pace pass and stuff against. We will be Austin Gomber on Wednesday. But yeah, for me, I got Wednesday night. Mauricio Dubon is my hit pick, and I believe you have a home run pick
Yes, I got a
Wednesday.
home run pick. Jock Peterson. He crushes righties. This is, I have him on my fantasy team, and I looked. We use Fantrax in my league, and I think he's only rostered by about like 60% of teams, which is kind of surprising to me because if you
Injury,
look at his Savant page, his hard hit rates are through the roof. He
injuries,
crushes
man.
right-handed pitching. Yes, does he swing and miss? Sure, and he does get taken out of the game against any left-handed pitching. But when there's a righty, and that righty is Graham Ashcraft, and he struggled this year. He gives up a lot of hard contact, Ashcraft, and it's in that bandbox of a ballpark in Cincinnati. I just love that pick, taking Jock against the Reds. The homer on Wednesday.
All right, yes, sir, man. That sounds like a pretty good pick Wednesday night. But all right, let's move on to Thursday. Do you want to go first, or
Yeah,
do you want to
I'll
switch
take
it?
first. I'm gonna take the Brewers money line at the Phillies. Taijuan Walker going up against Corbin Burns, who was a domination machine Friday night after the All Star break. He looked like old Cy Young winning Corbin Burns. He's kind of had an unlucky season, 3.73 ERA, but if you look at his expected stats, he should be better than that. He's still really dominant. He's still one of the top five pitchers in the game, in my opinion. I would take him any day over almost any pitcher. And, the Brewers offense is kind of, they're not very good. But Christian Yelich is kind of making a comeback in a small way. So I'm going to go with the Brewers money line on Thursday.
Yep, and then for me, I got the America's rivalry matchup of the week, Cubs and Cardinals. I got the Cubs. I got the Chicago Cubs money line Thursday against the Cardinals at Wrigley. Um, Personally, man, I don't know what it is, but well, it's probably the rivalry, but man, Cubs fans pack up Wrigley for those games, man, and the home crowd is gonna be all there, and white and blue, and then also I believe the opposing pitcher is lefty Steven Matz, your former Met. But
Former Met
fortunately,
legend.
yeah, but unfortunately for him, he's been getting rocked this year. And I, you know, I think the Cubs powerful I think the Cubs powerful I think the Cubs powerful offense will take advantage of that at Wrigley on Thursday. So look for the Cubs money line Thursday against the Cardinals.
I'm gonna take a fun pick. Gotta give this man love. He's one of the only good players on the Athletics. I'm gonna take Seth Brown to get a hit
He's
against JP
ass.
France. Seth Brown's, coming into the season, I was like, he's like one of the only guys that, we didn't really know that Brent Rooker was gonna break out or Ryan Noda was gonna be good as a Rule 5 pick. But you looked at Seth Brown, you're like, this guy's probably the best player on the team. He's a pretty good, solid all-around player, and he hits well against righties. I saw Athletics against the White Sox. Like I said, I was in Oakland. He had a home run in that game, so I'm a kind of a bit of a fan of Seth Brown. So I'm going to take him to get a hit on Thursday.
Um, um, I am gonna cut you off for 1 second because we got a big strikeout count right now for Cutter Crawford. 9 Ks against the Cubs in his outing today at Wrigley. Out
Dang.
striking out Justin Iron Steel. But Justin Steel got rocked today by the Red
He did,
Sox.
yeah. I know, not good for my fantasy team. Zach Eflin getting crushed by the Royals and Steele by the Red Sox. Not looking good for my fantasy team. Thank God
Hey man,
it's a 10 game with the three weekend series and then up into this upcoming week. Hopefully my team can come back.
yeah, man. We all have tough days, but but anyway, for my Thursday hit pick, I got Trey Turner back to back days, you and I. But I got Trey Turner against the Milwaukee Brewers and Corbin Burns. Trey Turner is he is getting paid for a reason. He is an all-star for a reason. He shows up when prime time unlike the prime time pitchers are out there, man. And Corbin Burns is one of Corbin Burns is one of those kind of pitchers, Cy Young conversation every year. Um, in my opinion, he should have won it last year, but anyway, I got Trey Turner outshining against Corbin Burns and the Milwaukee Brewers on Thursday for my hit pick.
Yeah, hey, you're going against my money line for the day there. Corbin Burns,
Yeah,
Cy
Corb.
Burns.
Yep, Trey Turner in Philly, man. I think he's gonna rock that place on. He's gonna
Yeah.
rock that place on Thursday. But anyway,
All
let's
right,
move on to Friday.
you took Cubs money on Thursday. I'm taking Cubs money on Friday. The
On
Friday,
Apple TV, an Apple TV game at 1 p.m. Like, wow.
yeah, anytime the Cubs are home on a Friday, it's always that 1:20 start time, so you got that nice day baseball on a Friday. Justin Steele, who we just mentioned, got getting rocked today, which is disappointing. But trust me, he's gonna come back. He's a guy that's got some fire on the mound. In the London series against the Cardinals, he struck out the side and I think this, or not struck out the side, but had a big strikeout with two outs and a tough situation, and had some big energy. He's the type of guy. He's gonna come back. He's gonna really want to win. After this rough start against Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals, who might not even be a Cardinal by next Friday. Who knows?
Yeah,
So I'm going
man.
to take the Cubs money line. I kind of dislike, I think both of these teams are going to be trading off a lot of pieces, but Justin Steele will for sure be there and want to bounce back after a rough start. And I might as well go into my hit pick as well because I'm taking it from the same game. Ian Happ, who's just such a solid player for the Cubs, really the most consistent player. You could write him into that three spot every day. He's going to play good defense in left field, has a good throwing arm for a left fielder and he gets on base, shows up to the park, a good model player for some younger players that the Cubs are going to start calling up, like PCA, etc.
Yep. Yeah, man. For me, Friday, let's see. I got a busy Friday. I got the Orioles run against Tampa Bay. I believe Eflin will be throwing on Friday for Tampa Bay. So yeah. So first of all, first of all, um, first of all, uh, so the what you may call it, the Orioles are a the Orioles are a contact team, hard hit team, one of like the hardest hitting exit velocities I think baseball against a contact pitcher primarily Zach um Zach Eflin. So for me, I got the Orioles run on Friday, assuming that I believe they won't be favored, but
Yeah,
who knows?
Kyle Bradish is going to
Yeah,
be the guy
yep. Kyle Bradish on
who actually
Friday
had a
too.
really good start.
Great young
Ironically,
pitcher.
Eflin pitched really bad today. Bradish pitched really good.
Yeah. And then let's get into my hit pick. The same division for my hit pick, just a different team, different mascot. Same animal though. Just a different breed of a different breed of a bird. I got Matt Chapman getting a hit Friday for the Toronto Blue Jays. Um, I believe Toronto will be going up against the
Mariners.
Toronto's got a pretty late game against the Seattle Mariners, and man, Matt Chapman has owned the Seattle. Matt Chapman has owned the Seattle Mariners career wise on you know Oakland times and stuff. So I think it's gonna be pretty you know it's gonna be pretty familiar that Seattle Mariners pitching staff and I believe that Matt Chapman will have a 2+ hit game, but I'm going to I'm going to take him as my hit pick on Friday.
Yeah, Chapman had that really good start in April, and then he kind of slowed down in May. Like I had a really slow May, but I looked, he's had a pretty nice start to the second half of the season so far this weekend. All right, into Saturday, I'm gonna take the Mets money line. You know the Mets. I love the Mets. Mad Max Scherzer is gonna be on the mound at Fenway Park against Cutter Crawford, who again another pitcher we mentioned today. 9 strikeouts against the Cubs, hasn't given up a run. Um, I actually do kind of like Cutter Crawford, but Max Scherzer's gonna, he needs to put the Mets on his back and pitch like 2013 Max Scherzer, pitch like 2018 and 2019 Max Scherzer. We need vintage Max Scherzer if this Mets team wants to, turn their season around. Same thing goes
They're
with
done.
Justin Verlander. Both of
They
those guys need to be the aces that they are, the $43 million men that they are. They need to pitch well. I'm gonna take the Mets to win on Saturday.
I hate to tell you this, man. The Mets are done this year, but
It looks bleak. There's so many teams in front of them. I think though they could get on a good run. It looked like they got off to a nice start in the beginning of the month, but now they've lost like 4 out of their last. I think it might be a 4-game losing streak now.
I'll
But
tell you what, man. I love the Miami Marlins. Love them. Love how they're playing.
yeah,
Love
they have
their
good
team.
pitching and defense. Their
Yep.
defense is
E-
is surprisingly. Chisholm is actually a good center fielder.
Yep, and also they got a 20-year-old pitcher like taking over the whole league. Yuri Perez in his first year, going crazy.
Yeah, got sent down though to limit his innings, so he
Ah,
should be back though soon.
yep. So anyway, let's go to Saturday. We got our weekend picks. My weekend is very busy this weekend. I got a grad party and the typical weekend activities I got going on. Um, but let's see. Oh, on Saturday, I got the Miami Marlins run line against the Colorado Rockies. Miami Marlins are a contact hitting oriented team against a Colorado Rockies pitching staff who cannot strike out more
A high
than
school team.
5 guys as a um they cannot strike out more than 5 guys in like one start for they're for their for their starting pitching staff. Um so anyway, I got the yep on Saturday I got the Miami Marlins running away with that game. I think it's gonna be a packed house. Miami Saturday early game. Go in
Yep.
there, take care of some business, and then go out party late night in Miami.
And the Miami clubs for sure. I'm actually speaking of Miami. I'm taking Tony Gwynn's, spitting image, the modern day Tony Gwynn, Luis Ariz, who's basically a lock to get a hit almost every night. He's got the best odds no matter where you look. So Luis Ariz, hit machine, base hit on Saturday to go along with your Marlins pick.
Yeah, so for I believe for my hit pick, I am taking your team for my hit pick.
Mr. Lindor,
Mr. Lindor off your Mets, who I think you got winning on Saturday.
yes, we're both taking a hitter to get a hit from our each of
For our money
our
lines.
money lines, which is it's pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so on Saturday I got Francisco Lindor raking against the Boston Red Sox and Cutter Crawford. Um, you know, Francisco Lindor, lefty on righty is really good, Francisco.
Pesky's
And
pull down the line, hit one off that 302-foot foul
yep,
pole.
yep, exactly. Over in Fenway Park, very, very short portion right field. The pull one out of there. So I got Francisco Lindor covering my hit pick on Saturday against the
Yeah.
against the Boston Red Sox.
All right, Sunday. I'm gonna take. I know I picked against the Reds on Monday, but on Sunday I'm gonna take the Reds. I'm gonna assume that they're gonna kind of figure out their offensive struggles here. That team's gonna get some spark plugs. They got a lot of fun young players. I'm gonna take the Reds against your Diamondbacks. It should be Brandon Williamson up against Zach Davies, two pitchers who we mentioned earlier on in the week. Williamson is a nice rookie left-handed pitcher. He's no Andrew Abbott, but Zach Davies is a batting practice pitcher at this point. I was looking at his ERA. It's in the sixes, which is brutal. Um, I like the Reds. They're at home too. I think they'll figure it out. That offense against teeing off against Zach Davies, a Sunday game. I'm taking the Reds.
Yeah, man, the Reds are one of the funnest teams to watch in all of baseball. Um, but for me on Sunday, I got the Phillies money line. Man, are the Phillies on a roll ever since the April ever since that April May time, I think, where they were once like five or 10 games under 500.
Yeah,
Um, but
something like
man,
that.
Phillies are picked it up. The Phillies are healthy. They are going up against the struggling Cleveland Guardians, who just man are you know, getting depleted by injuries this
Bieber's
year to
elbow.
their to their pitching staff this year. Tristan McKenzie, you know, Tristan McKenzie, Aaron Savali has been Aaron Savali has been on the show multiple times. I think Shane Bieber has been on there once, I think this year at least. But I just think that the Phillies are going to keep on rolling in Cleveland early on Sunday.
Yeah, and then let's go into our hit picks pretty fast here because we got to wrap it up. I'm going to take Michael Harris the second, who's had a really slow start to the year, another one of those guys, and he's really heated it up the past couple months. He's got that nice favorable matchup against Julio Teheran, righty, former Atlanta Brave ace, and that's going to be in Milwaukee. So I'm going to take Harris on Sunday.
All right, I got my guy Jorge Soler Sunday in
Former
Miami.
Atlanta Brave
We're
as well.
yep, we're keeping it there in Miami for Sunday, and I just think that man Jorge Soler he loves playing there, man, and he's having a great year. All-star caliber player. Man, where where the fuck did this guy come from after the Chicago Cubs period? But man, Cubs ruined him, and multiple teams fixed him. So So Jorge Soler hit Sunday.
Yes, sir. All right, man. We wrapped up another episode here. It was good to get back after a couple weeks taking off.
Yep. All right, man. I'll catch you at some point. this weekend probably.
Yep, we'll see you this weekend. All right, folks. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Later. Play ball.